that we need to have two servers, so server number 1 and server number 2, and within the server, these two both servers will be naming them eGreen SRV1 and eGreen SRV2. And guys, throughout this training, we're following this standard whenever we create any servers. So in this complete training, you'll be creating at least maybe 60 to 100 servers, VMware, Citrix, and all those servers. Guys, we need to follow this procedure. Now, why are we following this procedure? Because as being a system admin in all these organizations, you are following some standard guidelines to create these servers. We don't create servers randomly. We follow these guidelines. So our guidelines are first create a server that we create right here. So for example, if I follow this guideline, this will be like this. So all I need to do is when you open VMware Workstation, I'll start with the first one, create a server. How do you create a server? All you need to do, it says create a VM. If this screen is not here, then you can always create it right from here as well. You can create, this says new virtual machine. And as soon as you do create, so once you create a machine, you go to this, and then here, the very next thing, it will ask you what is the operating system, and from this place, we select which operating system needs to be installed. So this operating system, you have to have it on your disk. If you don't, then you won't be able to install that operating system. Now next, and then here, I'm saying rename inside or outside. So here we need to name it properly. Don't leave it as, so it's saying virtual machine name. And here it says it is Windows Server 2012. Don't leave it as is. And since I do have eGreen 1, eGreen 2, and all I need to do is, so actually, you know, this one, so I'm going to say this is eGreen 3. You don't have to create the third server. I'm just creating the third server just to show you how the servers are created. So we name it properly, and then next, and done. So this says I just completed step number 1, which is creating a server. Now it goes on. It will ask you a few questions in the beginning. That what type of language do you need? Which type of Server 2012 do you need? So we are installing standard Server 2012 standard version GUI. So once the server is all installed, it gives you this, it takes you to this screen. Now right here, we need to assign IP address. Guys, with IP address, at this point, there are full 2 chapters about IP address, and we need to have a very root level understanding of IP addresses. So, but at this point, I want you to understand IP address is a unique number that is assigned to all computers. Without IP address, a machine cannot communicate over the network. So whenever a machine is on a network, whenever a computer is on a network, whenever a cell phone is using internet, they all need IP addresses. Without IP address, nothing can work on internet or intranet. So you need to assign that IP address. So now, so I did this, and then I did this from outside. Now from inside, so this was outside was that you have to name it like this. This is outside name. And inside, so outside meaning I need to assign this name here. Inside meaning I need to assign, guys, whenever you install a server, everybody is on server manager. So server manager, go to local server. In server manager, go to local server. So once you are on local server, are you in server manager? So in server manager, just go to local server, and within local server, right here, it's the computer name. And here, this name is random name, guys. We need to rename it to a proper name. And that proper name will be, so right here in front of the computer name, it's just this name. And all you need to do, just click on this name and then change. And then we need to name it exactly what this machine name is. So here we need to name it eGreen SRV1 and enter. Now, whenever you change a machine name, it must restart. So it will restart once. Yes.
Which one are you promoting as?
First one. So I'm going to do the same thing on my second server. So on my second server, you need to again go back to Server Manager. So guys, the very first tool that we are learning is known as Server Manager. As soon as Server Manager opens, you need to go to local servers. And from local server, you can go to computer name, change the computer name. So here, I'm going to change the computer name to eGreenServe2. So once the computer name is changed, this machine will restart as well. So here, server 1 and server 2. Server 1, when I restarted it, it was restarted. I need to log in now. So what happened? Where are you stuck?
He is not getting the
Administrator, you know how where you put the password.
your machines are on, right?
Yeah.
The administrator account is by default there.
So it's
Okay.
like this. Do you see this screen
Yeah.
here? Do you see
Yeah.
screen like this, right?
Yeah.
If you need to see the login screen, all you need to do is just click here, right at the
Alright.
top.
Yeah.
Just click here. So once you click, this is called Control Alt Delete. Once you do this, it takes you back to the login screen. Okay. So for now, you don't need to do this. Just keep logged in. What we need to do here is, guys, local server. Once you are in, so I just did this, guys. I created a machine and I renamed it outside and inside, and now I'm gonna assign IP address. So what is my IP address? The IP address of machine 1 is 192.168.100.10. Second is 192.168.100.20. So this is what I'm gonna do. So on the first server, just go to local server, and within local server, just jump down to Ethernet 0. So it says here Ethernet 0. So if you're on local server, go to Ethernet 0. Within Ethernet 0, just in front of Ethernet 0, just click the link. Once you click this link, it will show you Ethernet. Guys, from now on, we must understand that this card, this network card, is basically Ethernet 0. So this is Ethernet 0. So I'm going to write the name, and you need to remember that this card is also known as Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0. So on all computers, the very first card is known as Ethernet 0. In 2008, the same card is known as local local network, local connection,
Connection or network, something like that.
local network. But here it is known as Ethernet 0. Guys, on Ethernet 0, we set up the IP address. So you need to set up this IP address to this Ethernet 0. Now, I do understand, guys, many people who are sitting here, they don't know what IP address is. So for now, just remember, it's a unique number that we must assign to this machine. It's a unique number that we must. And who is giving us this unique number? In class, I am providing you this number, this IP address. In real networks, it's the network team that provides us this number. So network team, they know which IP addresses goes on to which machines. Now, it is exactly like IP addresses, guys. We all have internet at home. Do we have internet at home? We all have it. Guys, internet at home cannot even work on your smartphones, not on your TVs, not on your machines if they don't have IP addresses. But did we ever had any issues with IP addresses at home? No, because the complete IP management is being managed by the router given to you by Rogers or Bell. So they automatically, as soon as you go home, this smartphone, it gets the IP address and it starts using internet. So guys, IP address at home are provided to us by Rogers. In real environment where you go inside companies, in Evergreen, the network team is responsible for providing us IP address. Now our work starts to where we need to configure the IP address. So we need to configure this IP address on Ethernet 0. So one more time, I'm going to go to Ethernet 0. So in order to go to Ethernet 0, you have to be on a server manager. Now, if server manager is closed, let's say server looks like this. So server is looking like this. Now you need to go into Now you need to go into Server Manager. Guys, Server Manager is this machine, is this icon right here. So this icon is known as Server Manager. The server with a briefcase or a suitcase. Okay, so it is a Server Manager, guys. Once you open Server Manager, guys, since the word Server Manager, it is a tool that is used to manage the server. You need to rename the server, Server Manager. You need to assign IP address, Server Manager. You need to assign security, Server Manager. You need to install roles, Server Manager. You need to remove roles, Server Manager. So guys, this is one tool. Server Manager is one tool to do everything on the server. So we need to remember this as well. So Server Manager. So in tools, we are learning the very first tool that is known as Server Manager. And Server Manager is a tool that is used to manage the server. Now, what is managing the server? Rename is done through Server Manager. Rename, assign IP address, install, remove roles, or we can say add, remove roles, install, remove role, and also overall server administration. So very first tool we are learning is known as Server Manager. Guys, out there in the market, it's all about how many tools do you know? How many tools do you know? So if you know tools in a server, so first of all, Server Manager is a very basic tool that you start from, but you need to have a very good understanding of this. How do you start this tool? So if this tool is not available, all you need to do, go here and just start this tool. The other way is that you can go right here on start. If you're here inside and you need to start Server Manager, it's right here, Server Manager. So you need to know these multiple places where you can start the tool. So once the Server Manager tool is started, all you need to do, the second thing we need to know is how to read it, how to read the tool. So in order to read the tool, very first thing, why are you here on Server Manager? This gives you an overview of the server. Now, the very first thing that you're interested in is that how many roles are installed on this. So altogether, there are about 17 roles. Guys, this here, you see only one role out of 17 roles. And that one role is file and storage services. It has no other roles on this server. So first of all, this. And second, this is a dashboard. So if I change to this, it gives me this different option. If I change here, it gives me different options. So it starts from a dashboard. Dashboard, what can you do on a dashboard? I can add, remove roles. I can add other servers. I can create server groups. And right here it says that the file and storage services is working fine. It's green. And sometimes it turns to red. Sometimes it turns to yellow. So see this green? Green means everything is fine. If it is yellow, yellow means that there are some warnings that you must fix. And error means that there is something wrong that you need to fix. So first of all, now in order to rename or assign IP addresses, we need to go where? Where do we need to go to? Local server. So you need to go to local server. Within local server, it gives you the information about this server. So it gives you this information. So it shows you that the server computer name is egreenserv1. It is a work group. So later on, I'm going to go into work group. What is a work group? And here firewall is on. And one of the things that we need to do is disable firewall. And how do you disable firewall? It's really easy. All you need to do, go into local server. And within local server, go to Windows Firewall and just select public firewall on. All you need to do is switch it off. So we turn off these firewalls. Now, why are we turning off the firewall, guys? We are turning off the firewalls because these servers need to talk to each other. We are turning off these firewalls for now. Second thing we need to do, we need to assign IP address. Assign IP address is done from Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0, and you go to Ethernet 0. And within Ethernet 0, you need to go double click on Ethernet. And here go to properties. Go to where?
Property.
Properties. And within properties, you need to go to IPv4. I would say disable IPv6. So this 6, you need to disable it. Disable IPv6 and just go into IPv4. And within IPv4, so I went to IPv4 and just assign IP address. Here, I need to assign this IP address. So my IP address is 192.168.100.10. And as soon as you select the second line, which is web subnet mask, you would see 255.255.255.0. This is a subnet mask. I'm going to go into detail later on. For now, we don't need any. We don't need to go. For now, we just need to remember it's a mask on IP address. Now, here, since we'll be installing Active Directory, for Active Directory, it is must that you assign the DNS server IP address, this one. So the IP address will be itself. So for now, just remember that in DNS, you just need to provide 192.168.100.10. You need to provide this IP address, guys. Once these IP address is set up, all you need to do the same thing on the second server. So I'll go onto the second server. And within the second server, first of all, I need to log in. And then server manager automatically opens.
Okay.
Once the server manager is open, all you need to do is here within this screen, you need to go to local server and make sure it has the proper name, because by default it gives you a random name. You need to rename it to egreenserve2. And then the next one, disable firewall. So in this complete screen, we're just doing 4 things. One, rename it. Secondly, close disable firewall. So you're disabling the firewall. Here, let's disable this firewall. Guys, I understand some of you have already done this maybe 100 times. I'm exaggerating. I mean, 100 times means it's on your fingertip, so it's fine. It doesn't hurt to repeat the process again. Because guys, later on, these same servers will be used for all advanced applications. So for now, you need to have that very good understanding. If IP address is not correct, where do you go and fix it?
We just have the problem.
Oh, you just had.
DNS.
Oh yes, you just had the problem, so you knew where to fix it. So guys, here, so in this server manager screen, at this point, we are making sure name is there. Secondly, firewall is off. So if I refresh now, if I refresh now, you would see that firewall is off. And the third one, IP address. And fourth one, maybe some of you have not done it. Guys, make sure IE enhanced security is off. Make sure IE enhanced security right here. This part is not on. It should be off. Yes.
Out on the field, it should be off or just
Off. Even out in the field, it will be off. So here we just putting it off, and this is part of our standard server build guidelines. Now, last thing that I need to do on this server is to assign IP address. I'll go into Ethernet 0, and within Ethernet 0 properties, disable IPv6. So this is IPv6. This is known as IPv6 disable, and we need to enable. We need to keep enable IPv4. Within this, we need to go into properties and set up IP address. So second server IP address is 192.168.100.20. So in this, I'm going to say 192.168.100.20. And then as soon as you click in the second line, the number will automatically appear. And in DNS, again, this needs to point to the first server. Although we won't be installing Active Directory on this, but it should be pointing to server 1. Now have a good look at this, guys. On server 2, on this server, this is its own IP address. This machine's IP address is 20. This is what it is. This server, 20 IP address. So this server, 20 IP address. And whereas this is the IP address of this machine. So your DNS, this place will always be having IP address of the first server, no matter how many servers we create. So we're going to create 10 servers. So guys, in all those 10 servers, we are going to create this. We are going to assign this IP address for server 1 to all other servers. So once this is done, so it is all done. So here, guys, at this point, this server is ready to install Active Directory. In order to install Active Directory, all you need to do is to install the role. And once the role is installed, there are very few things we need. So you're uninstalling it.
ऐसी बात है domain name देना.
So you already set up like DNS server.
DNS service exactly. DNS domain जो है वो बनेगा उस server के ऊपर.
You have to install it.
So once this is on, this
DNS won't be installed.
कर लिए ये तो निकल गया सब. हो गया ना सब है. रोल आपने कर दिया था? नहीं अभी रोल नहीं किया. रोल तो करवा ही है ना. No, आसान होता है.
Up top, I could see the static.
क्या जो लोग करते जाएंगे हम लोग करते जाएंगे ना.
So this
दिखा तो रहा हूँ आपको. अच्छा अच्छा.
is coming from your host,
जिस तरह है उसी तरह रहने देना.
from the
यार
VMware.
लेकिन आपको ये डेटा सेंटर क्यों?
What type of network are you using?
डेटा सेंटर. अपना खोलिए देखो.
No, no, no. Yes,
They won't
no,
do
it's
it.
fine. No, it is NAT. Okay, so this,
हमें देखना
so
पड़ेगा.
go to edit.
स्टैंडर्ड नहीं पाया.
हाँ,
And
so
go to
standard
the
का.
networks. No,
कोई बात
go
नहीं,
to
कोई बात
ऐसा.
Again, edit.
नहीं. This is standard way lah.
So if you click NAT,
See,
this
that
is
is
95. So it comes from here. All you need to do is
standard.
click
असली में जाते नहीं इसी पास से.
It's operating system है.
But it comes back, select NAT.
Edition है. Version 24 आएगा. Edition to see.
डेटा
Data
सेंटर.
center है.
So it won't be providing. So it's acting like DHCP.
तो कह रहे यही कर
Once
सकते हो.
you receive
लेकिन
it,
यार स्टैंडर्ड ऐसे इससे मैं देखे नहीं है.
and then read it.
फिर वही यूज कर रहे हो ना.
Okay.
वो है, जान लो.
सब लोग करते हैं ना.
Guys, I'm going to install Active Directory now.
यहाँ पे ना इंटरप्राइज नेक्स्ट जाके
Before installing Active Directory, just one quick thing. Active Directory is being installed for security purposes. At this point, server is here, so we do have a server. We do have one user called administrator. At the moment, there is only one user. This user is logged in all these machines. And on this side, you have, let's say, a server. Let's say there are resources, printers, computers, desktops, and servers. And here we prepared server 2012 R2. The name of the server is eGreen SRV1. And now for now there is no Active Directory. So we need to understand this. So what I'm going to do is, on this server, I'm going to install Active Directory. So all I need to do is add a role called ADDS. As soon as you add a role called ADDS, guys, it will ask you what will be the name of your Active Directory. You have to provide a name of your Active Directory. And we are going to name our Active Directory as, it is egreen.pri. Now, some of you might be thinking where this name is coming from. Guys, this name can be your organization's acronym. It is short form of your organization. So it is Evergreen College, so we name it eGreen. If it would have been Rogers, we could have called it Rogers.pri. If it would have been Dell or Dell, we could have called it. So the name of your Active Directory will remain, well, it could be anything. It can be abc.pri as well. Just to make it logical, we named it egreen.pri. This PRI just simply means it's a private network. PRI for private. So it's just a private network. It's not on internet. It just exists inside this network. Now here, Now I'm going to install Active Directory. How do you install Active Directory? Which tool do I use to install Active Directory?
Manage.
Server Manager. Server Manager. Guys, always go back to Server Manager. So this is very important to know that to move. So here I need to install Active Directory from Server Manager. You must have Server Manager open. If Server Manager is open, it would look like this. You are already in Server Manager. This is your Server Manager. And within Server Manager, you need to go back to Dashboard. So just click Dashboard. And within Dashboard, here it says Add Roles and Features. Now from here, you can add roles and features. If you ever need to remove a role, this is not done from Add Roles and Feature. Guys, role is removed from Manage. If you go to Manage, here it says Remove Roles and Features. So removing is done from here and adding is done from here. So if you need to add a role, you need to go to Add Roles and Features. In removing, you need to remove roles and features. Yes.
Yeah, so what we experienced that when I removed that role, it gave me a command window afterwards, after doing all the steps.
Yes.
So
So what is the solution for that?
I just deleted
Right.
the server.
Yes. So hold on. So guys, the question is that sometimes when you remove a role, it will just give you a command window. Now it gives you a command window. It is giving you a command window because you removed the user experience role feature. Only and only if you remove user experience feature, then it gives you a command window.
So what you have to write? Or
No, in that case, you need to remember commands. In that case, you need to remember command. Otherwise, just recreate the machine. But other than user experience feature, if you remove any other role, it doesn't. It would give you the same screen. Okay. So here, guys, I'm gonna add a role. I need to add ADDS role, and all I need to do is this. So go to Add Roles and Features, and within Add Roles and Feature, it starts this wizard. It starts this new wizard, which is Add Roles and Features. And within this, so again, one more time, we'll go to Dashboard. Within Dashboard, we go to Add Roles and Features. Guys, it's a very simple wizard. So all you need to do, go to Dashboard, Add Roles and Features. Now, remember a thumb rule for learning any new technology. Any new technology. Guys, in IT, technology is always changing, number one. Number two is that you'll be asked to learn many new technology at work as well. So always remember, first thing, we can learn everything. So believe that we can learn everything. Now, secondly, the rule that I apply and many people out there apply, whenever you're installing anything for the first time, go with the default values. Do not change anything. Let's say I'm going to start this. So here it asks me to uncheck this. No, I'm not going to uncheck this. I am only going to change what I know. If I don't know anything, I'll just move on with my default values. So here I can go with next. Don't need to change anything. In this screen also, you don't need to change anything. So next. And here it says that the role that you are going to install will be installed on this server. Now, if in your environment there might be server 2, server 3, server 4, they would be listed here. They'll be listed here. You can install role on remote servers as well. But at this point, we're just installing role on the first one. And so meaning I'm not changing anything. So guys, for all of the new people who are working with this roles and feature for the first time, so as you can see, I'm not making any changes. I just started the role wizard and I'm just going with the default values. So here, now in this case, these are those 17 features, guys. These are those 17 features that we talked about. So 17 features. Remember 17 features? So 17 features divided into 3 major categories: directory services, applications, and infrastructure. Guys, here they are not divided into those categories. This is just for understanding. But basically, all of those roles are sitting here. These are all. At this point, I am only interested in adding this one role, which is AD, Active Directory Domains and Services. And here it gives you a little definition of that role as well. We already knew from last time. Now, I need to make it a security server, so I need to add this role called ADDS, ADDS, which is right here, ADDS, and it is known as Active Directory Domain Services. Now, as soon as you add the role, guys, it will ask you, okay, you're trying to add this role, but it needs some additional features as well. So what we need to do, we'll just say add those features as well. So here you're saying add those features. You're not supposed to uncheck anything here, just add any additional feature that are required for this role. So once this is done, so you select, it asks us a question, and next, just move next. Do not check or uncheck anything. So the only thing you selected is this, and then added feature, and next, and next, and done. And as soon as it reaches the last screen, guys, I always select this option that is known as restart destination server automatically. Now, why do you need to select this? Guys, this option, understand it. This option is here. So if due to adding this new role, if server needs to restart, it will restart it automatically. If server doesn't need to restart, then it won't restart it. Here I'm just saying, so here it's just giving you a warning saying that if this role addition needs a restart, it would restart this server. So here just add this. So one more time what I did so far. So when I started the wizard, I never made a lot of changes. So very few changes. One, here, next. And the only thing I selected here, ADDS, and next, next, and next. And here I selected restart. That's the two things that I checked. And one additional add additional feature box came in, and I clicked OK, and that's it, you installed. So this is now installing Active Directory, basically it is making a security server. It is making this server a security server. So once this is completely installed, then so the first thing when you install AD is to add ADDS role, number one. So guys, so far what did we do in this lab? In this lab, we created two servers. So class lab, I'm gonna write here class lab. So you can repeat the same thing in home lab as well. So created two servers. And here I'm gonna say following standard guidelines. So guys, here, this point is very, very, very important. Following standard guidelines. Guys, in interviews, they will ask you how do you build your servers? It is part of all Active Directory interviews. How do you build your servers? So the answer is, we never randomly build a server. Because all companies, they have a standard guidelines. Rogers might have their own standard guidelines. Dell have their own standard guidelines. But the company that you're working at the moment right now, they have a standard guideline. So your answer is, how do you build a server? The answer is, we follow server standard build guidelines. And their next question will be, and what are their guidelines? So guidelines are very simple. We used to, if it's a VM, we create a server. Or if it is a physical server, we install a server. So in VM, we create a server because it's a VM. If it is a physical server, we install a server. And the rest of them, we rename it properly and then assign IP address. We disable firewall. We check connectivity through ping, and we're going to check through ping as well. And then disable IE enhanced security. So these are our servers. So we created two servers, number one. So created two servers, number two, now we add ADDS role. So we added ADDS role. Guys, our next step is to configure Active Directory. Once you add a role, you need to configure Active Directory. So this is my next step. configure AD. And this is what I'm going to do now. So as soon as this wizard is done, guys, as soon as this wizard is done, two things will happen. One is that here right under this flag, you would see that it has a yellow exclamation sign. This yellow exclamation sign means that server wants you to do something. So this yellow, if as long as this stays yellow, it means that it wants you to do something. And for example, so first of all, the best thing is that once the wizard is over, just click the link here inside the wizard. Inside the wizard, it gives you this link, promote this server to a domain controller. Let's say you missed it. Let's say you forgot to click the link inside. So you forgot and I closed it. If it is closed, then you always go back to the flag here. And within flag, it also, here it gives you the same message. So whenever you need to do something on a server, always keep an eye on a flag. That flag tells you something that you need to do. So here, just click on promote this server to a domain controller. So we added a role and now we need to configure Active Directory. Guys, once you start the configuration wizard, so the very first thing it will ask you, is it a new domain controller? So these are the questions it is asking you. First question it is asking you, select a deployment operation. So here, first of all, is this a add domain controller to existing domain, or add new domain to existing forest, or add a new forest? Guys, since Active Directory doesn't exist in our network, so we're going to go with the third option. And in a moment, once the Active Directory is installed, I'm going to go through other options as well. So for now, all we need to do is select the third option, and within this name, just write the name called eGreenPRI. So within this name, write the name called eGreenPRI. So first, you select the third option. And then within the name, just write eGreenPRI. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to select the third option, which is a new forest. So in a moment, I'm going to describe what is a forest and how do we use it. But for now, all we need to do new forest, and then within the name, we need to type eGreen.pri. Just eGreen.pri. So here, once this is done, you go to the next step. It will verify that if you are able to do this. So here it is just giving you another screen. And here in this screen, it is asking you one more question. So first, it is a new network. And the second thing, now guys, this is a very important point here. So first of all, there are functional levels. We are going to go into more details. For now, we'll just leave them with the default value. But here, it wants you to enter a password. Guys, this password is used for directory services restore mode. So here I'm going to say what the things that I'm adding. So first of all, you need to name. First of all, you need to say new forest, and then name the forest, name the domain, and the name is eGreen.pri. The name is eGreen.pri, and the next thing is DSRM password. Then you press next. So this is one DSRM password. So in this screen, I'm going to assign the same password, which is P capital. Anyone, where is this password used?
Recovery.
So this password will be used to make changes to recovery. Anybody else? Where would you use this password? To restore Active Directory. Most importantly, to restore Active Directory or to remove Active Directory. If ever you need to remove Active Directory from this server, the only way you can remove Active Directory is by this password. So once you go and even when you go and remove role, Even when you go and remove role, it will ask you this username and password. And the best way to remove it from DSRM. So for now, just remember that this password is kept different from the normal administrator account. The reason is, guys, this password, so in order to restore Active Directory, it is kept different. Now, why is it kept different from the normal user account? Why is it kept different? What do you think? Why is it kept different? Why this password is kept different from normal administrator account?
Because we are giving all others the same one.
Because the other account is used for everything else. This is kept different. This is kept different so that maybe accidentally you might not remove Active Directory. Now this is kind of, whenever you are about to remove Active Directory, this is an extra security on Active Directory, saying that if you are about to make any changes or remove this Active Directory, it will ask you, okay, are you sure you need to remove anything from Active Directory, or you want to remove or restore Active Directory? So this is just an extra layer of security on Active Directory. So here we are going to assign the same password 1. Once same password and next. So here you're going next. It gives you a small warning about DNS server. It's just saying that it could not find a DNS server role. So you don't have to do anything. Just by looking at this, it will automatically install another role with this, the DNS role. So here you don't need to do anything. Just go next.
Yes.
And on this screen, guys, this should automatically, so at this point, guys, everyone, at this point, this name should automatically come, it should automatically pop up. You don't have to write this name. This means Active Directory is being installed properly. So at this point, this name, so this is half of your name. The name we used was egreen.pri. And it's saying the NetBIOS domain name is just the first name. This is the first name. It should automatically come. You don't have to make any changes on that. And next. And next, it is just showing that which folder is going to install Active Directory. So you don't have to make any changes on this. Just click next. And here at the end, it gives you a summary. What changes have you selected? So this is just a summary. What changes have you selected? And click next. And at this point, it is just verifying if you meet all of the prerequisites for Active Directory. If you do, then it will be able to. It will let you install. For now, it is grayed out. Now I can install Active Directory. Guys, at this point, if it gives you error message, then it means that you need to fix something. Most probably, this is because if you're getting error message, that error message is because within the network settings, you did not configure the DNS IP address. Most probably. So I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna see that how to fix it. For now, I'm gonna just click install on this. So now it is installing Active Directory.
Yes. And a new forest. Add the new forest. Click on
E-green.
Guys, it is installing Active Directory. For everyone who already have Active Directory, start creating this OU structure, please.
DNS, the role install.
Yes. Yes. How do you know?
It's just to uncheck it.
Yes, yeah, just uncheck.
Forward or back?
Okay. Guys, if you have Active Directory, just create this OU structure. So it's done. Now you can see it. So the same thing, DNS was not there.
DNS was there.
Then what was the issue?
No, issue was password.
Oh, the password. Can you see the
data center layer.
in the past it might have some event errors. But if it is not disturbing your normal operation, it's fine.
If you click install, the server automatically reboots.
Is due because VMware tools are not installed. So the very first thing we'll do is install VMware. So keep selected the server, and you need to go in here and here is installed.
तो उसी डाटा सेंटर जगह ले आते हैं तो फर्क करने लगा है ना
Follow size, change this all so now you can
तो फिर पासवर्ड वाला
so now it's not so first of all we need to see what network is.
the current the local administrator देखिए ना पासवर्ड मेरी नहीं आ रही है लोकल वाला वो नहीं आ रहा है यार ऐसे ही आ रहा है प्रॉब्लम
Now let's see the idea.
मैं तुम दस रहे थे ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪਾਸਵਰਡ ਪਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਐਡਮਿਨਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਟਰ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਇਸ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਉਹੀ ਤੇ ਬਾਰ ਬਾਰ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ
So just switch off the firewall and I think so for something being installed, you're setting a server.
अच्छा बारह से क्योंकि ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਆ ਰਹੀ है
Okay, let's look at this. So it says verification of domain page, the local administrator account becomes the domain admin account, create a okay.
एडमिन सर एडमिन पासवर्ड जो है इसमें नहीं है
Okay, nahi hai na? So all you need to do is first of all go here. So go here. So you are here and then click here. Sign out. So you just need to sign out once and sign back in again. So now click this here and now click on this. It will now ask you, oh, it's not logging you in. Okay, hold on. So what we need to do is, it should have asked you the password.
yes he was not asking
It's not asking.
it's a problem
Okay, no, it's not a problem. It's just a normal thing. Sometimes it just misses it. So now we need to do something else. So we need to go into tools. You don't need to remember it. Later on, you are going to learn it. So tools, and we go to computer management. So we went to tools and computer management. And from here, I need to go to that. This says local users and groups. Within this, I need to go to users. And here this is administrator. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to say set password. So here we'll just say proceed and just enter the username password. So P capital and then log in and then see. No, yes, if you remove the protection. If you remove the protection, it's keep.
क्या मैं तो कहूँ तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि लिख लो यार जरा ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਖੋ ਨਾ ਜਰਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ अच्छा ओके कर दूंगा इसमें पासवर्ड हैज बीन सेंट यार देखो हमने हो गया इसमें बंद कर दो हैं इसमें बंद कर दो हां ये बंद कर इसमें भी बंद कर देखो ए आ गया एक्चुअली जाओ ये इसमें वो कैसे दोबारा लॉग इन लॉगिन हो गया सेट करता हां अच्छा चलो रीस्टार्ट किथों कराएं ऑफ हां राइट क्लिक करके फिर पावर आउट रीस्टार्ट लिखते हैं हां रीस्टार्ट लिखते हैं अच्छा यस अच्छा 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 इन्फॉर्मेशन के तो हार्ड डिस्क की ऐड करनी हार्ड थोड़ा अच्छा करना आप करना स्लैश मेरे को कंप्यूटर मैनेजमेंट याद है कंप्यूटर मैनेजमेंट याद होने की क्या दिया कंप्यूटर मैनेजमेंट कैसे आई दूसरी बात कंप्यूटर मैनेजमेंट से या कंप्यूटर मैनेजमेंट अच्छा आ गया ओके हैं अच्छे देना पड़ेगा इसको देना पड़ेगा हाँ चले यार इसको
Okay. Yes.
We went to computer management, then we went to
We went to local users and groups.
I don't see that.
Yes, हाँ इसमें नहीं है इसकी वजह ये क्योंकि आपने एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी लगा दिया ना when you have active directory then you don't have the local users and computers so everything is done through ADUC when you don't have active directory then you can use it
अच्छा अभी ये देखें यहाँ पे आ गया ना ये
guys so now guys this is the first time I'm going to log into active directory so right after this
अच्छा न्यू फॉरेस्ट दोबारा बनेगा न्यू फॉरेस्ट में करना पड़ेगा देखो अच्छा नेक्स्ट क्या देखो अरे विच जाके हम
so guys here this is what we did everyone we created 2 servers we added role on server 1 so I'm going to say server egreen server 1 so we added role on egreen srv1 egreen srv1 and then we just selected new forest new domain and then we added the DSRM password and DSRM stands for directory services restore mode DSRM stands for directory services restore mode and then just next and finish the result once it is done then number 4 you restart the server and number 5 now you log in to server as egreen/administrator. Guys, we need to log in as egreen administrator. So once you're here, you need to log in as egreen administrator. You will log in and from here we are going to very first thing verify active directory if active directory is installed properly so the very first thing once you log in as egreen administrator number 6 verify AD verify active directory installation we need to verify in order to verify Active Directory installation, in order to verify, we need to go into administrative tools and find all Active Directory. We need to go into tools and find Active Directory related consoles. So first of all, verify Active Directory, guys, because all servers look alike. They are all servers are exactly the same when you log in. So let's say I'm on eGreenServe 1, and if I go to eGreenServe 2, and it looks like the same server. So as you can see, guys, everyone on screen, because in real environments, this you will have to find out which are AD. Sometimes they don't have proper documentation. Sometimes you need to find out just by logging into those servers what is in those servers. So if you have ADDS role, then on server manager you would see ADDS right here in this list. So in this list it does not have ADDS, but if you go to serve 1, I can see ADDS role. So the very first indication of having Active Directory is that in server manager you do see ADDS and DNS both. Guys, wherever Active Directory is, DNS will be sitting with that role. So DNS role. So now this server has 2 roles out of 17 roles. So this server has 2 roles out of, so this server has 2 roles out of 17 roles here. So, and if I go to server 2 right here, server 2 does not show me these roles. So server 2 does not have Active Directory. So first of all, you're on serve 1. And here you have ADDS and this. So this is my first indication. So here, verify Active Directory. Number 1, verify ADDS role on server manager. Guys, please write it down somewhere, because next time I will ask you how do you verify Active Directory. So verify Active Directory, make sure this role exists, ADDS and DNS role. ADDS and DNS role exist in server manager. And this is an interview question as well. They will ask you if you are given 10 servers, how do you know which servers are Active Directory and which servers are not? So first of all, you need to log in, and once you're logged in, then you can just on server manager, you will see that it has these roles. This is one. And secondly, second one is if you go to tools, here in server manager, right here in server manager, if you go to tools, within tools, you should be able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional consoles. 5 additional consoles in server tools. Now, if we go on to server, so secondly, you need to be in server manager, dashboard, and then in tools. So in tools, just click on tools, everyone. So if you go to tools, so click on tools. After once Active Directory is installed, you should be able to see these additional consoles here. Otherwise, if there is no Active Directory, if I go to server 2, you won't find these additional consoles there. So that's the second verification. Second verification, go to server manager, and go to dashboard, and then go to tools, find Active Directory related consoles. So this is the verification we need to do. The verification is if Active Directory is there, you will be able to see these consoles. The only console we are working, I'm going to come back to your question, and the only console that we are working is the very first one, AD, Active Directory users and computer. So Active Directory users and computer is mostly used to manage Active Directory. So among all these, so within tools, guys, within these tools, these are 5 different consoles here. So the very first one is Active Directory users and computer. Now, just like the name, you can remember by name that Active Directory users and computer is used to create users, delete users, manage user passwords. So this is the first one we'll be working on. So in today's lecture, we have introduced two tools. One is Server Manager. Server Manager is used to name a server, assign IP address, add, remove roles. And second one, once after installation, you can go to Tools and open Active Directory users and computer. In short, it is known as ADUC. In short, it is known as ADUC. So we call it ADUC because it is ADU and C, which is users and computers. So sometimes we call it ADUC. So ADUC, let's go in this and open. So here, step number 7, from tools, open Active Directory, Active Directory users and computers. So from tools, yes, question?
Actually, I have only one in
Server?
Active Directory console.
Yes.
Out of 5, I have only one here,
You have only one here?
which is PowerShell.
Okay, hold on. Was Active Directory completely installed? Full?
Send.
Server 1 or 2?
So one.
Server 1. Was it restarted?
Yeah.
Proceed करें.
I don't remember.
Everybody wants to
Sir, I have the same problem.
Yes, why not?
I don't see all the.
की पासवर्ड की दो.
Where did you buy those?
पासवर्ड 1 2 का. 1 2
Oh, man.
पासवर्ड 1 से ना. हाँ.
No, it's not.
नहीं पासवर्ड हम फ्री दे दिए थे. हाँ तो एक पासवर्ड एक मिनट को छोड़ दो. हाँ नाम बढ़िया को यार वो पासवर्ड करना होगा. उस दिन है ना मतलब. हाँ बोल. अच्छा मैंने इंटरनेट नहीं दे रहा. उस दिन उस दिन. अच्छा इसमें उसी जगह पे लाइट चली है ना उसे किसने जाऊंगा हाँ किथे वो जिथे वो आ रहे थे नहीं पासवर्ड वाला हाँ पासवर्ड वाला आ रहे थे ना आइटम
Credit OU?
टूल्स नहीं उसे जगह असली वो आ गया सी साइन पासवर्ड का वो किथे गया वो टूल्स से जाओ कर देता कंप्यूटर मैनेजमेंट नहीं वो तो मैं जाऊंगा लेकिन वो जरा साडा मसला है वो नहीं ना ठीक है
So using Active Directory never recommended.
मैं कहता उसी स्क्रीन पे से
Serve
चलेगा
your complete server.
सेट पासवर्ड जिथे वो आ गया सी आइकन वो आ गई सी ना कि पासवर्ड का मैच नहीं कर गया वो नहीं थे खुल गई अच्छा वो थे तुसी ऐड करोगे ना जाके
And just click over after installing Active Directory.
चलिए सर
Yes.
सर उससे वो नहीं ठीक हो रहा वो सेम ही आ रहा है
Which one?
वो जो नहीं आ गया था अभी पासवर्ड का
Okay, hold on. So did you log off and log back in? Because once the user account is changed, you must log off. So it must be logged off and log back in. So you need to, first of all, we need to do this. We need to, ये देखिए स्क्रीन आ रही है ना, इसको पूरा करने के लिए always go to view and auto size. So that you get a bigger screen. Okay, now you get a bigger screen. And then next thing is we go here, now log in. Once you log in and then rerun the tab. So in this case, we do have Active Directory for
PASS
and the second thing,
one ठीक है वन एंटर कर दो अच्छा हम देखो इधर आ गए ये अभी वो कर रहे हैं अच्छा देखो मुझे सही लग रहा है सारा बता रहे हैं कि रोल्स ये सर्वर ग्रुप है इसे रोल लाया हाँ फाइल स्टोरेज की रोल है ना हाँ ये ऑटोमेटिक लगे सर्वर बड़ा है कितने रोल हो गए 2 रोल हो गए मेरे को रोल बता रहे हैं 2 रोल है लोकल है ना ऑल सर्वर होंगे नहीं होंगे अच्छा 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 इस डैशबोर्ड को समझने की कोशिश करो अच्छा तो यार मैं ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਅਗਰ ਨੰਬਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਨੇਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ 6
multiple IP addresses.
अच्छा पहला तो नाम अच्छा नंबर 647
So once before after that, we would have called
बोल रहे हो है ना
snapshot, and you know, basically it takes
ऐसी बात है कि सुन लो क्योंकि क्या है क्योंकि मैं उसी जगह फंसया हाँ मेरे मतलब ध्यान पड़ा उस छोड़ पड़ा तुम समझ लो बारे क्योंकि क्या है ठीक है ठीक है मैं तो समझता हूं कि एक्टर डायरेक्टली इंस्टॉल होए ते केड़े-केड़े रोल किथे आने अच्छा हुन वापस जाऊं हां हुन जाओ हां हुन इंस्टॉल कर अपना काम शुरू कर अच्छा सर्वर एदियो अच्छा है सब कुछ तो देखो एनु पहले न्यू फॉरेस्ट दिया
right under
ये रूट डोमेन होता है पहला डोमेन अच्छा अच्छा कसदे ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ E green तो 5 PRY dot PR
In order to add rules in this piece, you need to expand the whole server administration
अच्छा ये देखो ये दो जरे है सब फंक्शन लेवल है साडा फंक्शन लेवल और है ठीक है ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਾਸवर्ड है देखो डीएनएस रोल है ना वो भी इंस्टॉल करेगा खुद ही अच्छा इस सर्वर में डोमेन कंट्रोलर बढ़ाया मैंने तो आज के बाद पीओ लेकिन है तेरी नाम रख दियो हम भी नाल करेंगे है नई रेजोल्यूशन का इसके पासवर्ड
so let's put it.
थी से
First of all, what
थोड़ा टाइम कटना थोड़ी थोड़ी देखो थोड़ी याद नहीं वर्क स्टेशन मैंने तो ये देख लिया ऐसे मैं लिख लेना ऐसे हो गया पासवर्ड पाएगा ओके चलेगा नेक्स्ट तीन फोल्डर बनाना है तो डायरेक्टरी इंस्टॉल होती है बड़ा याद अच्छा नेक्स्ट
and they're not thinking.
Well, this one is thinking itself. It's not thinking the other one.
What I would say. So sometimes, you know, in real environment, when there is a problem, you have to restart immediately.
Local
Just like when Roger Lambert starts, sometimes they say, oh, just restart. So in this, we need to restart VMware switch on.
या ISO जो है
VMware
वो
switch
नहीं
on, right? Within virtual
पहले ही
But this will come once it is disabled for the for security and safety.
हम लोग
So
भी देख रहा था
I'm
चैनल
checking
पर
it
क्या करना
just like this.
मतलब
Now
हम
we do
इंटरनेट
have
यूज करने
permission.
लगते हैं
We can go back.
कभी इस तरह सिचुएशन आए ना
And now I
तो
can.
क्या करना
But once I do it,
उसे
it will ask me
न्यू
to
डोमेन
shut down all these.
cannot be created because the
You need to
local
shut them
account
down and
password
restart
does
them
not
once.
meet requirement.
Because what I
है
see
तो
is
जुड़ा
maybe
ना
sometimes
ऐसे
there is a
यूट्यूब पे
problem with VMware network. It's not because of that.
ठीक है
It's not because of your setting. It might be just the switch. Just restart your switch. And you know where to do. So first of all, instead of powering off, yes, power on. You
पता
can
नहीं
power
कि
them
मुझे
on and
कल
on.
तक होएगा मैं कोई काम नहीं कर सकता
ये भी यही हो रहा है
मैं ऐसी तरह आ गया मैं 2008 में बना रहे थे ऐसे ही आ
All the machine is okay.
So it is powered on. Now open the switch here one more time.
गया वर्क स्टेशन दे रहे हैं ना मुझे लगता है कि अभी इंस्टॉल कर रहे हैं मेरे दूसरा भी एक होएगा एक और भी होएगा दो है ऐ तो नहीं कि ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ
कॉन्फ्लिक्ट
So it's not
फिर वही आ गया
same password thing. Same password thing.
So
It's just restarting
everything.
Just the network point. Not your servers. Your servers are there. Your IP addressing is there. Everything is there. It's just restarting the switches.
So we need to put all these IP addresses again.
No. You don't. You don't have to do anything. It's just restarting the
Okay. Network configuration.
कभी बहुत लिखा है ना लिखना है तस्वीरें नहीं उड़ाओ
नहीं मैंने याद नहीं मैं लिखा नहीं हो गया ਹੁਣ ਤਸਵੀਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਣ ਗਈਆਂ ਵੈਸੇ
ये डॉट काट के फिर एक फाइल बनाओ तो याद करना
अच्छा
याद करना
Guys, we're taking 5 minutes break. Taking 5 minutes break. And whoever needs to pray, we can pray.
वो तो करेंगे।
आतिफ
Guys, please see Amin for accounts, please, before leaving.
Then we right click on it. And then then you create contact.
And under manager, you need to create user
Server
domain. Uninstall भी नहीं करने देगा.
दूसरे को भी उसी से करना और कंप्यूटर में
कंप्यूटर ने नहीं देना, OUM.
आतिफ का काम नहीं हो रहा
मैं एक सेकंड रीच ऑन प्ले
फाइल भी चल नहीं रही
आ गया वही सेंड पे आ गया।
आ गया हमारा
अरे वो उसमें क्या इसमें जो हुआ है ना इथरनेट जीरो मल्टीपल आईपी एड्रेस
बाद टाइम ये टाइम पे है थोड़ा
पूरा
है
रीसेट
है थोड़ा बाद
नेटवर्क
गए भी नहीं ना सारी पर मैनेजमेंट के पार्ट होने
मौलाना जी
हो सकता है नहीं लेकिन ये वेरीफाई करना पड़ेगा कि वो जो है ना ये वाला इधर इथरनेट जीरो इस पे क्या दे रहा है
वही नाम है
टेन दे रहा है ना तो फिर तो कोई मसला नहीं
फाइनल ऑफिस
Then इसको दोबारा
जी भाई दिखाएं यार
आप किसे केड़ा होने वाला हां ऐप प्लेयर ठीक है इसको प्लेयर पे ओपन किया ठीक है
तो इसका कुछ करेंगे
अब
अब
ये
ये मेरा
अब
दोबारा
डाउन
इंस्टॉल
नहीं
नहीं करना ये मैं कल 2008 में भी कर रहा था तो यही आ रहा था ये देखो
ऑप्शंस में आपसे
ये या तो इसमें एक और भी वर्क स्टेशन जो है ना वो हुआ हुआ है उसको या तो डिलीट कर देंगे ये जो है ना ये just मैं आपको तो करूँ ये स्क्रीन खुलो मैं इसमें
ये एग्जाम है ना उसको ओपन करो और दूसरे रिपोर्ट
नहीं मैं ये वाला एग्जाम नहीं है ना मेरे पास
अच्छा, ये जो है ना, ये एक किस्म की रेयर प्रॉब्लम है जो कि हर एक को नहीं आती। इसको मैं यहाँ ठीक कर देता हूँ अभी, बाद में ना इसको मैं आपको समझा दूंगा क्या करना है। ये शायद आपके पास जो ISO है ना उसके अंदर प्रॉब्लम है।
हाँ ये ISO का ही है
एग्जाम है ना ये
एक सेकंड, एक काम करते
एग्जाम
हैं।
का बड़ा हुआ वो डेस्कटॉप पर
ये समझ में नहीं
ये
आई क्या है
How's it going, everybody?
टाइमर बंद कर दो ठीक है ये क्वेश्चंस चलना ये आईटीवी का देना आपने क्या करोगे
तो और भी ये 413 तो कर लो ना
हाँ चलो
कोई कम से माइनस ऑलरेडी ठीक है तो मैं
आई थिंक ये 131 क्वेश्चन ही है उसमें पर हम देखते हैं
देखो तो
413 14 ये डम्प्स वैलिड
हाँ वो भी वैलिड नहीं, वो हाँ वो वैलिड है। पासपोर्ट यार वो ट्राई तो करना पड़ेगा। बात यह है कि कभी कभी चेंज भी हो जाता है। Let's see. अच्छा, अब ये चलेगा आगे, अब चलेगा ठीक है। वो मैं आपको बता दूंगा क्या किया मैंने, ठीक है। सिर्फ इसको इंस्टॉल कर
क्या क्या भाई आप
यार, वो उसमें पासवर्ड पॉलिसी रिक्वायर्ड थी।
देखो एक मिनट वो यूएसबी का लगी थी
इसमें पा ले
अब तो कुछ वो कर दिए इंस्टॉल कर रहे हैं हमारे कंप्यूटर में
मैनेजर पे राइट क्लिक करके
हाँ हो गया आतिफ हो गया
तो भाई 5 पे है, अभी भी कहाँ से पढ़ रहे हो?
नहीं वो असर नहीं पड़ रहा है
हाँ सर भी तो पढ़ रहे हैं ना।
ये विंडोज कौन सी है ना ना उसको लगा रहा है उसको लगा रहा है ये क्यों साथ ये बॉक्स आ रहा है यार ये देखो ना यहाँ पे पड़ा हुआ ना
तो ये
वो ही कह रहा हूँ ना तो यहाँ से उसे कॉपी कर लेते हैं
आतिफ,
हाँ
कोई क्वेश्चन?
जी जी
अगर आपने जो तैयारी की है
जी
वो आपने इस सॉफ्टवेयर से की है या
हाँ
कोई
हाँ,
और-
इसी में से
बहुत आसान है
हाँ इसी में से
ज़्यादा तो आसान है,
मैं देता हूँ
दोबारा करो
लेकिन ये सवाल लाइन से ले लीजिए।
वो लाइन में वो ऑटोमेटिकली
नहीं, वो तो आप करते रहोगे ना, वो तो आपको देता रहेगा।
आप ये select करो।
अच्छा आप सेलेक्ट करोगे उसके अंदर, अच्छा अच्छा मैं समझ गया हूँ, मैंने अभी तक वो क्या सेलेक्ट करोगे।
मैं क्या करूँ, जैसे 234
ये देखो मैं ये देखा
हाँ इसको सुनना
ये प्लेयर है, इस प्लेयर में आप लिए
सही
पहले ऊपर एग्जाम के ऑप्शंस में चले जाए,
सही है।
यहाँ जाके ये रैंडमाइज को अनचेक करो, ये एक ही तरतीब में
एक तरतीब में
आपको याद हो
रैंडम को खत्म कर दो।
ठीक है, ताकि आंसर याद हो। ठीक है? अब उसके बाद आप जब उसको प्ले करेंगे ना किसी फाइल को भी,
तो वो हमेशा
उसी
उसी लाइन में ही देगा, सीक्वेंस में देगा।
आपको पता 5 तैयार हो गया, अब 6 करना, 7वां करना, कितना करना, वो क्या करते हैं और दो तीन दफा उसको जो है ना आप
3 दफा जरूर करें।
3 दफा जरूर करें।
जब तक आपके 90% से ऊपर नंबर ना आए मत जाइए।
नहीं ये तो मैं आपको इस तरह आप कभी भी नहीं आएंगे।
नहीं।
शायद एक आध दफा मैं बताऊं, वो बहुत टफ है, कीवर्ड याद करो।
वही ना, आप जब कीवर्ड याद करेंगे ना तो आपको 90% ऊपर आएगा ना तो
लेकिन वो 470 फॉलो, वो 90 कभी भी नहीं आया मेरा भाई। लेकिन वो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस हो जाएगा।
मैंने बड़े
40 साल
लेकिन
में
इसमें कितने परसेंट चाहिए?
70
चाहिए, 410
सब में 70
सब में 70।
हाँ।
तो इसमें क्या दिया 80% या
लेकिन 70 के सवाल 50 है, बाकी 46 है। नहीं 50 नहीं आता हो रहा है, बाकी में 46 आता है, 410 में 50 46 पहले अभी ताकत
सही है।
दोनों में 46 आता है।
यार
एक ही छुट्टी दे
चाहिए
तो भाई यार भाई क्या चीज यार ये वाले जो टूल
आप एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर से लॉगिन होना एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर
फोन नहीं करते तो सोचते हैं हम कहीं मेरा बेटा जाके देगा तुम्हारा फोन नहीं उठाओगे तो फोन नहीं करोगे फोन को आपने किया है ना मैं समाधान हो गया आप भाई यार वो उन्होंने वो बताया वो जो पिछले हफ्ते दिया था वो याद है, उन्होंने कहा था मैं करवाऊंगा वो यार जो लैब दिए थे कोर वाला वो नहीं हो सकता। नहीं इसने किया बंदे ने, अमन ने किया हुआ है, लेकिन वो काफी वो है थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है।
नहीं होगा बिकॉज वो कमांड तभी वर्क करती है अगर आप GUI से कोर में जाओ और कोर में GUI करो। अगर आप इंस्टॉल ही कोर करोगे ना और वो कमांड लगाओगे नहीं चलेगी क्योंकि उसमें सिस्टम फाइल्स नहीं है, उसके लिए आपको वो
वही ना
फिर अगर कोर से फिर बोलेगा नहीं तो नहीं होगी क्योंकि वो GUI फाइल्स नहीं है उसमें।
सारी चीजें देखनी है, ट्रबल शूटिंग पूरी की जॉब अप्लाई करना रहेगा बहुत शूटिंग
knocking each other.
सर्वर 1 to server 2
If you need, you're being knocking.
दोबारा फिर आ गया कितने पहुंच गए दोबारा वो मांग रहे हैं दोबारा उन्होंने की किया उन्होंने जाके उसके ਵਿੱਚ जाके वो ਕੀਤਾ ठीक है ठीक है ਉਹਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ ਕਮਾਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ लेकिन मेरे वो आ नहीं रही थी जिससे तुसी जो भी कर रहे मेरा भी प्लीज सर के पासवर्ड को मेरा नहीं सेव मैसेज हुआ हम देखो दो आ रहे हैं क्या की होगा की नहीं आ गए बाकी हम दो बंद दो लोग नहीं तीन लोग हैं एक दो या तीन लोग हैं मैं खुद तीन ऐसे शोर हाँ ये भी लिखा है दस तक तीन लोग रोल है अच्छा एक पे है दूसरा
होमवर्क नहीं है यही एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी है लेकिन अभी तो 15 मिनट है अभी 15 मिनट है अच्छा इसमें होगी एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी
वजह इसका आपने कहा गाइस
मैं आपको बताता हूँ वो पॉलिसी ऑन करते हैं वो सिर्फ इस आईएसओ में प्रॉब्लम है हमारे आईएसओ में नहीं है प्रॉब्लम आपके पास यूएसबी है
जी
अगर है तो आप इस इनको वो उधर अपना आईएसओ ले लें 2012
अच्छा ये इसमें करने की
if you need to sit for another hour. So there are a few others. I'm going to go to basics again. Everybody else will leave. There are 4 or 5 people sitting here. I'm going to go to basics. So bring you right up. Tomorrow extra hour. We're going to spend extra hour for the new people. We'll go to basics again. Tomorrow extra hour. Okay? So please, after 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock. Just make sure you have time so that we can go through some basics. But most of the people sitting here, they already know how to do all this. So for tomorrow, if you can stay today, but you all cannot stay, so tomorrow,
सारे
one extra hour.
नहीं सारे खाने की का
One extra.
वो सारे
Maybe
चाहे
2 extra. 2 extra is fine.
Yeah.
2 extra. You're not looking at it.
S64 GB
Yes, yes.
S64 GB
So, oh yes, you're asking. नहीं बनाना
2012 का भी नहीं होगा कोई भी नहीं
ADK, you need to download you have great data. Great mean it. First let's check your host have internet. Local service. And make sure internet works. As long as this is working, then your new card is enriched. Okay guys, 15 minutes. So everyone. So today what we did, a quick review of what we were doing. Today we created 2 servers. And one of the servers we made Active Directory, but we must understand why are we making Active Directory, because we need to have central authentication, central security provided within the organization. in order to do this, what we did, we created first of all 2 servers, and within one server, we created Active Directory. Now, one server we created Active Directory. How do you create Active Directory? Those are very simple instructions, and those are these. Here, you create a server, and then add the role, then configure Active Directory. In this, it will select new forest, name it egreen.tri, and then after that, set the DSRM password. DSRM password not used in many places, but if you ever need to restore Active Directory from backup, you must use this password. So this password, and then next, you just go through the wizard and finish the Active Directory installation. Once it is done, server will restart. And you need to log into the server by using this account. And then after that, verify Active Directory. You can verify Active Directory just by going into Server Manager. So if I don't see a Server Manager, what I can do is I can go back here and just look at these 2 roles. So this shows me that it has Active Directory. So this is one, verification number 1. And verify number 2 is you need to go here in Tools and make sure that you have all these. And we went into Active Directory users and computers here. So this is where we are at the moment. This is where we are at the moment. I do understand that few of us, actually for many of us, Active Directory was brand new topic just a month back, and we went through the workshop and we went through this exercise few times already. Guys, the thing here is practical gives you confidence. You will get confident understanding this is through practical. So make sure at home, if this is a new thing for you or old thing for you, or if you already understand this, I would say keep creating servers. So keep the class servers as is. Keep the class servers as is. Just create another server for your home. For example, if you are at home, just go to home and create a new server. Create a new server with your own name, with your own properties, but exactly installed in this manner. Do it 2 or 3 times or 4 times just to go through these steps, because practical gives you confidence. Now here, I am going to give you. Why am I reviewing this information? Because I want to store this for a longer time here in our memories. This is why I'm reviewing it. Guys, we need to save our server's infrastructure at this point. We need to save. Now, how do I save this infrastructure? Everyone, if you go to egreenserv1, I want you to take a snapshot. Now, snapshot is a feature of VMware Workstation. Snapshot is a feature of VMware Workstation. In snapshot, I can save the server right here so that I can start right from the same location. Guys, we take these snapshots. The biggest advantage of a snapshot is that if tomorrow it crashes for anything, for any reason, tomorrow it crashes. If tomorrow the server crashes, you can start the server, revert the server back from the same time. And this is a huge, biggest advantage using in virtual machines. Now, the first thing is I just want you to create a snapshot. How do you create a snapshot? You go to server1, select server1 first, and then go to here on VM. So go to VM, VMware Workstation, right here. So select server1, go to VMs, and within VM, you go to snapshot, and within snapshot, take a snapshot. Guys, just like the snapshot word in real world, we take a snapshot. Here, actually, it's taking a running system snapshot. So it's like the biggest advantage is if tomorrow if something goes wrong on this, you can revert back to this snapshot and takes you exactly to the same time. So here, guys, everybody go here, VM, go to snapshot and take a snapshot of this server. So you take a snapshot. As soon as you take a snapshot, it will ask you what is the name of your snapshot. So here, I would say this is our class lab day 1. Class lab day 1 snapshot. Do you have a snapshot option? Okay. So class lab day 1, or just to recognize it, it is, I can say this is after AD. So after AD just means that it is after Active Directory installation. So in future, if you need to go back to exactly the same thing, you can just go back to the snapshot. So here I'm gonna take snapshot. Now, as soon as you take a snapshot, guys, it takes extra disk on your machine. So just keep an eye on the status bar here. So this is a status bar. As soon as you click take snapshots, it will start a percentage and show you how much snapshot has been taken. So just you need to go to take snapshot, and as soon as you do, here it starts saving the state. So 7%, 9%, 10%, and it goes on and it creates a snapshot. What is the biggest advantage of snapshot? That you can always go back to the same time. You can always go back to the same time. So let it create. So it's creating a snapshot here. And then what I'll do is, guys, once snapshot is created, then let's crash our Active Directory. So before leaving, crash our Active Directory. So that Active Directory is not working now. Guys, if your Active Directory in your environment is crashed, it means your complete security is crashed. People won't be able to log in. People won't be able to use printers, servers, and everything. But the advantage of a snapshot is that it can take us directly back where your good Active Directory was running. So let's see. Guys, at this point, it is taking a snapshot. It is 59%. At this point, I'm not crashing Active Directory because the complete snapshot is not done. Now, it's up to you. You can take a snapshot of your other server as well. So while this is taking a snapshot, while server 1 is being snapshot, you can go to server 2. So go to server 2 right here. Go to server 2. And within server 2, also take a snapshot. So go back to VM, go to snapshot, and take a snapshot. So once you're now, I would highly recommend, since we are taking snapshot of both machines at the same time, guys, give exactly the same name so that in future you know that both machines were having a same snapshot. So if you ever need to revert back, you can revert back both machines at the same time. So here, once it is naming, we'll name it the same manner. Track. It was class lab, and what was it? Class lab day 1. It is after AD. Class lab day 1 after AD. So take a snapshot. Again, it is taking a snapshot here. Right at the bottom, it shows you the status. And here, it is done. So on server 1, it's done. Guys, on server 1, go to server 1. Now within server 1, let's make some changes here. So on server 1, I want you to go to tools. On server 1, just go to tools, everyone. So I'm going to crash Active Directory, guys. In order to crash Active Directory, all you need to do is this. Do not try it in real environments. Warning. Okay. So tools, go to tools, and within tools, go to services. Go to tools and go to services. Go to tools and go to services. Look left and right if everybody is on the same screen. Go to tools and go to services. And within services, the very first service that is known as Active Directory Domain Service. Guys, this is actually the engines running behind the roles. So when you install a role, you can say these are engines. Now, how do you understand engine? Guys, a car without an engine, can it run? No. So the car needs that engine. So when you add a role, ADDS role, the engine behind this role is right here, is this one. So it's saying it's running. Now, how do you know if car is running? Either you have to listen or you can see the lights inside, right? So here it clearly says that it's running. It means your Active Directory is running. All you need to do is stop it. So just select the first one and just select stop. So once you stop, it will give you a warning saying that if you're about to stop Active Directory, it will stop other services as well. So these other 4 services will go down. So we'll say yes. So now Active Directory is being shut down. Your server is up, Active Directory is done. Meaning you just fired the security guy. There is no security person. There is no one to authenticate. Your Active Directory is basically down. Now, how to fix it? Easier. Just go and restart the service. This is how you fix it. It will be fixed, but I don't want you to fix it. And it won't start automatically. What we'll do is we'll move it back to the snapshot we just took. If you have not taken a snapshot, guys, then reinstall the server.
So manually we can,
So you haven't taken the snapshot?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so that's
we
fine.
can run DC promo on this or remove the role as well. So, no?
Guys, Active Directory is one thing that is not repaired easily. Active Directory is more. So we do have a snapshot. We can go back to a snapshot. How do you go back to a snapshot? All you need to do is this. So guys, you need to go back to VM and go to snapshot, and here it says a snapshot. So you can say revert snapshot, or you can click here on this snapshot. It gives you timing as well, 16:1, and it was taken at 4:54. So just click on this, and it's saying, do you want to revert back? So once it reverts back, it will take a second or few moments, and it is now taking you back in time on that point where you took the snapshot.
Oh, it's not giving us that same window.
So here I do see that it took me to the same screen. Just to verify if Active Directory is working, I'll go back to my services again, tools and services. Here I see that Active Directory is running. So guys, snapshot is the biggest advantage of virtual environment. Without a snapshot feature, guys, without a snapshot feature on physical server, you cannot even think of going back 15 minutes or maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So in virtual environments, you can go back 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. This is the biggest advantage of virtual machines.
Well, I did not get the same thing.
But your Active Directory is working.
No, the red flag is there. That means it's not working.
What?
I have a red flag.
But hold on. So you made sure that it was 100% done, the snapshot. So it should be there.
Okay, so if I go there, snapshot,
Revert back again.
manage.
Revert back again. One more time. What?
Automatic refresh.
So guys, we're gonna finish in 2 minutes. Just hold on.
That means I don't have that.
मेरा भी क्रैश तो फिर वापस VM से स्नैपशॉट में सेलेक्ट करना ठीक है तो भी ला सकते वर्ड तो भी ऐसा मुझे भी बता रहे हैं लोग पे अच्छा है इसमें राइट क्लिक किया एक्सेस स्नैपशॉट से आके ऐसे आके ऐसे
नहीं तो ये तो यहाँ आ गया था, शुरू हो गया।
काम करना है ये चल के बड़ी लंबी लेवल है
अब इसको ना ये आपने नाम दिया।
मुझे 400 घंटे लग गए अच्छा इसका मतलब एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी
ये हुआ था पूरा।
और दो में लिखा है और क्रैश एक्टिव
ये खराब हो
अच्छा कितने का देखो मैं
आप सर्विसेज में जाएं, उसको दोबारा स्टार्ट करने की कोशिश करें।
सर्विस स्टार्ट
Okay guys, so today we learned about servers, today we learned about Active Directory, today we installed Active Directory. Always remember, anything and everything that needs security must be connected to everyone. Anything and everything that needs security must be connected to Active Directory. How do you install Active Directory? Just add a role and then Active Directory is installed. Tomorrow we're going to start from here. We're going to create OUs and security, and hopefully tomorrow, next half, we're gonna create a deployment servers and work on them. Huh? Tomorrow we're gonna stay longer for the new people, and we're gonna go through basics again. If you want to sit, it's most welcome. Otherwise, you can continue. Okay, guys? Yes. Huh? The homework is same as classwork. So whatever we are doing in classwork, you must be doing on home servers as well. So there is a book server. Book server is different, and there are home servers too. So we created 2 servers here just to create 2 extra servers for homework, just to repeat the labs in class, repeat them on home servers. Up till this point, yes. So in that manner, we are doing a book servers. We need to do a home server and class server. Yes. Tomorrow we're gonna start from here. Yes.
For the users and students, would you also name anything?
No. These are OUs. The OU name is users and OU name is computers. Okay. So guys, excellent. Thank you for today, and we're gonna begin from the same location.